Birdsong has some surprising benefits, and for many of us, it can be a real antidote to the stresses of work and modern life.
As a doctor, I'm so passionate about the well-being effects of nature and why watching birds and being in nature and listening to birdsong is really good for our health.
Here's NHS doctor and president of the RSPB, Dr. Amir to tell us more.
The theory is, Sean, and I love this theory, the theory is that when our ancestors were hunter-gatherers and they were moving from area to area for food and water and all of that kind of stuff, one of the things they would listen out for would be bird song, because that would indicate there might be plentiful food like berries and other fruit there, but also more birdsong means less predators. So it was considered a safe place to settle for a period of time. Yeah. And so that idea of safety and comfort that we get from birdsong may come from that. But I think that's a really lovely theory.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And it's birdsong, sometimes it's more, we all think they're singing for us, don't we? But a lot of it's territorial, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds lovely, doesn't it? But often it's quite aggressive in there. I always say the garden is like a kebab shop at 2 o'clock in the morning, in that every animal is either trying to feed, shag, or fight. It is, right?
That's true, yeah. I guess you're right there, Amir.
But we hear it in a different way. Because actually, in terms of listening to the bird songs, because I can hear it in the back there and it's calming me, but all of that noise is doing wonders for our body. It's reducing our stress hormone cortisol, which is lowering our blood pressure and our heart rate. It's increasing our dopamine and serotonin levels, which makes us feel relaxed and calm and happy. Yeah. And bird song in particular, because it's calming and comforting, but it's not repetitive, it changes every so often. What it does is change our brain waves as well. So we go from beta brain waves, which are kind of like anxiety-inducing, busy brain waves. Birdsong changes our brain waves to alpha brain waves, which are more calming and put us in our rest kind of state. So I think it's amazing.
Really? Yeah? Oh, I didn't know that, yeah. I've got this book from Reader's Digest. It's a big book with an owl on the front, and it's got these lovely pictures in it. But it's from 1973, I think, and it's very outdated now because the sparrow population then was incredible. I mean, I come from Sheffield, and we lived on an housing estate, and they were everywhere. But I mean, that dropping, I think they've dropped to about 60% of the population, haven't they?
Yeah, that's right. It's a real significant drop, and it just goes to show. And it's the same with starlings. Again, a common bird that you'd see in huge flocks, wouldn't you, in your garden, coming in and chattering and making all that lovely noise. And we very rarely get starlings or sparrows in our garden as well. We're on the outskirts of Yorkshire now, but even still, we get loads of birds in the garden, but when I see a sparrow, because they're not so common for us, I get quite excited.
Yeah, you get excited about it. Yeah, same here. Yeah. It reminds me of being up north and up in Yorkshire.
Yeah, totally.
And what is it? Is it kind of pesticides, or because houses are not built with nooks and crannies that they used to be?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. So habitat loss is a big thing. A lot of our gardens, even in urban areas, are getting tidier. There's not enough kind of insects in those places, so food is becoming scarce. And you're right, housing has changed as well. Yeah. And there isn't much wildlife being planned into those homes. And I think that's really important, isn't it? We need to make sure we get the houses, but also we plan around nature. Absolutely, so we can get the benefits of having nature in our area.
Yeah.
Are you a birder, Sean? Are you a keen birder?
Yeah, I am. I have been for a long time, since I was a kid, really, since I was young. And I've always kept it going, between jobs and stuff like that. Sometimes I've, let it go for a bit, but I always come back to it, and I live now, I've got about 3 acres here, so we've got a big garden. I've planted loads of trees and stuff, and I've got feeders and nest boxes, so I'm watching them every day now when I'm not working.
Yeah. You always come back to it, don't you? I think when it comes to birding, and when you go back to it, you realise like what you've been missing. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like a bonus in your life, you know, and in the midst of all the work that we do and, you know, and the pressures and tensions,
As you say, you know, when you come back to watching the birds, and I think that hour that you spend watching the birds with the Big Garden Bird Watch is we know we're doing it because the main reason is for looking at which birds are doing well, which ones are not. But that hour is so good for our own health as well, right?
Yeah.
You know, we get so much out of it as much as the birds do.
You do, don't you? Yeah, definitely.
I can hear the birds in the background of you, actually.
Yeah, there's
gorgeous.
quite a few up here. Yeah. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.